Indian tycoon Gautam Adani replaces Jeff Bezos as the world's second richest person who's publicly, you know, rich. Because there's a whole bunch of people out there that exist that are not public with their wealth that are probably richer than everyone that is on the list, potentially even combined. So Jeff Bezos has dropped to third place in the race for riches. The Amazon founder is now the world's third richest person after Indian business tycoon Gautam Adani leapfrogged Bezos in the latest Bloomberg's billionaire index. Adani has amassed an estimated $146.8 billion fortune that only trails Elon Musk's $263.9 billion, according to Bloomberg News. It's the first time a person from Asia has ranked so highly on the Bloomberg's list, which has long been dominated by white billionaires. Bezos trails Adani by just $19 million. Shares of e-commerce Goliath Amazon are down 26% this year. Meanwhile, shares of Adani Enterprises Ltd have surged the past week, and some of his group of companies climbed more than 1,000%. That's insane. Since 2020, according to reports. Adani's rise to number two coincides with a tech sell-off that's chopped more than $45 billion from Bezos' fortune since January. Bezos, once the world's richest person, also saw his net worth significantly drop after his 2019 divorce from ex-wife Mackenzie Scott, who received 4% of Amazon and who keeps basically donating money to a whole bunch of random stuff. But let's see some of the comments because that's the main reason why I wanted to check this out. Let's see. Guatemala is number two in a country shredded by poverty. Wonder what he's doing about it. Interesting point. LOL, and they spent $1 billion on that woke corruption of LOTR, I guess Lord of the Rings. I don't use Amazon, its streaming service, or its website anymore. BOM, huh? Amazon. Wait, did they really spend $1 billion to try to produce a new Lord of the Rings? If someone knows more about that, feel free to give your thoughts. I have not heard about that. Wow, that is horrendous. I didn't even know that they were making a Lord of the Rings. I hate that Forbes chooses to leave me off the list despite my $1 trillion net worth. Okay, why is this news? For some reason, a lot of people care about billionaires' net worth. So, regardless how much money these millionaires, billionaires, and trillionaires have, they're just as susceptible to being diagnosed with a fatal disease as any other person, and their money won't mean squat. That is true and not true. It's true that basically they could, you know, get diagnosed with this stuff, right? But because of their money, they have a higher chance of survivability, or at the very least, lengthening the time that they exist. So this is only the richest based on stock share ownership. Stock tanks, so do they. Who are the richest based on cash net worth? They're hidden in offshore accounts. Dick Cheney? He has at least 300 offshore cash accounts and probably has more money than all these clowns combined. 300 offshore accounts. That would be pretty hard to maintain. Why don't you tell us who the real richest men are? I know these aren't the guys pulling the strings. Those evil demons work underground in the shadows where nobody is looking. The show ponies need to go. Dear Lord. Hope he shares that with the many, many millions of poor in India. Probably won't. Of course, India is one of the two biggest air polluters on Earth, and his industries may be responsible for much of that. At any rate, blessings to him. Let's see. In the 70s, the list was all Japanese. Thanks to Democrats, we are being passed on by, and if you think this is good, lefty fools is not, our kids will grow up feeling our best days are behind us. Interesting. Who the heck is MBR1? I don't even know what that person's talking about. What is it, Downey's business? Who knows? Probably some sort of manufacturing or something. I mean, feel free to give your thoughts. I thought this was kind of interesting, honestly. Ooh, interesting. FedEx CEO's warning of worldwide recession tanks shares shakes market. Let's check this out. So FedEx CEO's warning of worldwide recession tanks shares shakes market. FedEx CEO Ross Subramaniam's ominous warning of a worldwide recession drove the shipping company's shares to their worst day in decades Friday and sent Wall Street's main indexes to near 2 month lows. FedEx's stock plunged more than 21% after the company reported a major slump in global shipping volumes and withdrew its full year guidance in a pre earnings announcement. Friday's decline was the worst one day result in company history, dating to at least 1978, according to Dow Jones market data. The company, which will report its first quarter earnings next week, expects adjusted earnings per share to be $3.44 on revenue and 23.2 billion dollars for the quarter. Analysts polled by Refinitiv had expected earnings per share of $5.14 on revenue of 23.59 billion. Okay. But basically he's pretty much warning that a recession is pretty much coming and that basically things are not going to be looking good, and that he's seeing basically a trend based on the prices of everybody's stocks, the prices of the goods, that like things are going to be crashing. So that's a it's an interesting move for a CEO to be so open about recession because obviously this negatively affected his own company. Like it's kind of an interesting move. If you want to learn how to get a debt, go to 40inbox.com.